are now listening to Lower Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha! Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Let's get it.
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lower Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. What's up? I'm just trying to bring the energy up.
Yeah.
How's that?
It was good.
That
I
good?
like it. Yeah.
We could do another take.
Okay, do it again.
Okay. It's Tanagra, when the walls fell. This is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lower Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How are you doing today?
Doing amazing!
What? Burp, 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 burp.
What's that show with John Candy? He's got the noisemakers and the... Oh, dude, that's, it's,
Uncle Buck.
No,
Home Alone.
stop. It's the musical.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
No. It is, stop talking for a minute.
Canadian Bacon.
No. It's the musical with Rick Moranis and the plant.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. It's on that. Have you seen that recently?
I've not seen it, period.
What?
I'm not a fan of musicals. I don't listen to musicals. I don't watch musicals.
I love musicals.
I like music, and I like acting. I don't like them in the same place at the same time. Some things shouldn't mix.
You're an uncultured person.
That's fine.
I love musicals.
Yeah, I love music.
Little Shop of Horrors is a great one.
So today,
Yeah.
I do love music, and I don't consider myself uncultured, right? I just don't enjoy musicals.
Why are you so defensive?
Because you put me on the defense. So but I do not enjoy musicals. That's true. But I do like music. And today I was listening to iTunes, and we both like scores, movie soundtracks,
Yes.
things like that. That's one of my favorite things to listen to. When I'm working, if I'm having to do any reading or thinking or writing, I want a movie soundtrack on behind me. Lord of the
Yes.
Rings is my favorite. I love Braveheart. There's a lot of them that I love. And one of my favorite composers is Thomas Newman. Thomas Newman recently did the soundtrack to the new Tolkien movie.
I've had that on repeat for 3 weeks.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He did the soundtrack to The Highwaymen, that movie, Netflix original movie. It's really good. I actually prefer the Highwaymen soundtrack.
Really?
He did Finding Nemo. He did The Horse Whisperer. He did The Road to Perdition. He's really good. And I listen to Thomas Newman quite a bit. So today, iTunes, they give you suggestions.
Yeah.
Oh, you like this. You might like this. So today they said it was a list of suggestions because you like Thomas Newman, right?
Right.
The first suggestion, Thomas Newton.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, okay.
Did you try it?
So I clicked on it.
Yeah.
And on the outside, I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is so stupid. But then I clicked on the album just to look at it. And the name of the very first song was Osama's Bin Laden Down. And suddenly I stand corrected.
Really?
Nice job, iTunes.
Wow.
Nice job.
They drilled it.
I know, I didn't listen to it.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
Why didn't you try?
Because it looked ridiculous. You can't
So,
tell a book
try
by its
it.
cover, but I could on this one. All of the song titles were stupid. It obviously had nothing to do with
You're
Thomas
so
Newman.
judgy.
Well,
you could at least try. iTunes is suggesting it.
I could play it right now. For
No,
you.
let's
Okay.
not. It might have.
So yeah, I know. It was weird. It was not. It was not Thomas Newman. Now the other suggestions were like movie soundtracks and classical
Zimmerman.
music. Made lots of sense.
Yeah.
But somewhere in their algorithm or their programming, it just saw two names that were similar. You like Thomas Newman. Maybe you like Thomas Newton. I don't know.
I also like fig Newtons.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
When's the last time you tried a fig Newton?
yeah, maybe. So, but I'm not a fan of musicals, and I don't know how we got off on
Little
that.
Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
John Candy He's like a radio host, and he's
Rick
interviewing
Moranis, Steve Martin.
Yeah, he's interviewing Rick Moranis in the thing. He's got all these noisemakers and twingers and zingers and stuff like, and he's doing the
you're
show.
Thinking of Dr. Seuss, twingers and zingers and zing zangers.
Thing 1 and Thing 2, no. Dr. Sylvester McMonkey McBean came on with a Star On machine.
I'm more of a Horton hatches the egg kind of a guy.
Horton Hears a Who.
I'm more of a Horton hatches an egg.
Lazy, Maisie, the lazy bird,
Yeah.
sat in her egg.
Lazy old Maisie came wandering along. Still, well, how does that go? I forget. It's been a while, but I used to read that one a lot to my kids.
I like that one a lot.
We had the cassette tape of it growing up.
Because an elephant is faithful.
100%.
100%.
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful, 100%.
Yep.
I've governed my life by that book.
Yeah. I'm more of a Sneetches guy.
Maybe that was a mistake.
My favorite. Okay, let's Mount Rushmore of Dr. Seuss.
Okay, I don't know.
Cat in the Hat.
Uh-huh.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Yes. Oh, the places you'll go.
Okay. And are we going to finish with
Horton Hears a Who.
Well, can we just do Horton?
Well, he's got more than one book.
Oh gosh. I feel like Horton Hears a Who.
Well, I think
Or
Green
what
Eggs
about-
and Ham and Hat and the Cat in the Hat. That's your
Green Eggs-
Washington or Jefferson.
That's right.
I feel like the places you'll go, probably because of graduations and things like that. That's been read
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah.
I think it belongs.
Okay.
It feels like we're
The
forgetting.
Grinch.
Yeah, the Grinch. The Grinch. It's the Grinch.
Okay, that's it.
So there it is. Cat in the Hat.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Green Eggs and Ham. The places you'll go, and the Grinch. Steals Christmas.
Yeah.
That
something
is
like
your Mount Rushmore of Dr. Seuss books. Done. Now your Mount Rushmore of doctors. Go.
Dr. Bill Cosby.
We'll put him on the back burner. You know,
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to say no, but, I'm not going to say.
Dr. Kevorkian.
Once again, he's one to consider, a very famous doctor. I don't know, on Mount Rushmore, I'm not sure. I think Dr. Seuss deserves consideration.
Dr. Michi Okaku.
I don't know who that is.
String theory. Hello.
All right. Dr.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. There's one. So you got Dr. Pepper, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Spock.
No, Dr. McCoy.
Dr. Spock is a pretty famous psychologist.
No, it's Dr. Spock was the science engineer.
I know, I'm talking about a different person. There's a guy named Dr. Spock, and he's a really famous
I don't know who
psychologist.
that is.
So,
What's the doctor on 600-pound life?
Oh, yeah. I think for a while I had a pretty good impression of him down, but I've not watched that show in, I don't know,
You need to
quite a
stop
while.
eating food.
And I come in and I say, you don't need to eat the food, and then you eat the food, and what are we doing here? I had it down. I've not listened
What's his name?
to that show. Oh shoot, I do not remember.
Okay. So
Dr.
Dr. Seuss, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, Doctor. Give me a clue.
Doctor.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
I think
okay.
Doctor Who. And Doctor
Strange.
what?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Dr. Zaius?
Dr. Zaius.
Let's just go Doctor Who, Doctor
Strange. Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss,
And Dr. Pepper.
and Dr. Pepper. That's your Mount Rushmore of doctors.
I mean, I kind of want Kevorkian on
Come
there
at
somewhere,
us.
but
Yeah.
He's
He's not. Well, I was going to say he's not taking down any of those guys, but that's his thing. So maybe he is taking down one of those guys, but hopefully, willingly, because that's the way he works.
I don't think he's around anymore.
You think he took his own medicine?
Yeah.
It'd be hypocritical if he didn't take his own life, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I have another Mount Rushmore as one of my 3. I mean, do we just stick with the Mount Rushmore for now? I mean, have we gotten our 3 and 3?
Every week we do our 3 and 3, which is we each bring 3 things to the table that we just got to talk about. And Jason, what's your first thing?
Okay, well, we do a lot of Mount Rushmores.
We do a lot of Mount
Some
Rushmores.
things are spontaneous, like the Dr. Mount Rushmore.
Right.
This one I have in my 3 and 3.
Okay.
Right now, if you go to Wendy's, you can get a Frosty.
You're in my wheelhouse. So
Listen. Linda, listen.
Listen.
You can get a Frosty, a small Frosty, for 50 cents.
2 quarters.
It's a great deal.
It's a great deal.
And the small Frosty is actually pretty good size.
It's enough.
The Frosty, as I was eating it, I had it for lunch today. I had the thought of Frosty belongs on the Mount Rushmore of fast food things.
Whoa.
Okay? So listen, this is going to be a crazy list. I'm not talking Mount Rushmore of Wendy's. Because that's like baked potato.
Listen, I know what you're talking about. You don't have to. You said
for the listener.
No, it's the listener will figure it out as they go along. It's the Mount Rushmore of fast food things.
Yes, not Wendy's things.
And you're saying that the Frosty belongs on this list.
Yeah, I'm suggesting that I think it might, yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, for consideration, I'd like to bring Frosty to the table.
Okay. I mean, it's unique.
Yes.
There's nothing quite like it. It's
Nope.
not soft serve ice cream like
It's
you know
as close to soft serve as you get.
But it's not. It's
not.
a Frosty.
That's right.
It's the Yoo-hoo of ice cream desserts, I think. So it deserves consideration.
Okay, listen.
This is a giant subject.
I know, which is why I saved it for the 3 and 3. This is not just an impromptu thing you just throw out there.
Yeah, this is not.
I mean, this is a discussion. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how many desserts are you getting for fast food? There's not a lot of options. I mean, like you can. I
can't think of many iconic fast food.
Some
desserts.
people do like McDonald's apple pie. Maybe
Taco Bell's got the churro.
I've also seen cookies at various places.
Wendy's now has a cookie sundae where they'll take your Frosty and then put some warm chocolate chip cookie pieces in it.
That looks pretty good.
Sign me up for that.
As far as dessert options, man, Frosty is right there.
What about does the Dairy Queen Blizzard belong in consideration?
I don't know if that's fast food. I feel like Dairy Queen is a dairy bar ice cream place that got into the food business.
Okay.
I don't consider Dairy Queen part of fast food.
Okay. The Frosty is tentatively on the list.
Okay, and we also have to consider these are nationwide options. You can go anywhere in the country and go.
We're not talking about Victor's Taco Stand. Do I love Victor's Taco Stand?
Come on,
would I eat there every day? Yeah, I would.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do I want to go there when we get done recording? Yeah, I do. But I don't think you have a Victor's in California.
No.
And you're worse because of it, by the way.
Yeah.
Because Victor's Taco Stand in Marion,
where it's at.
Is the best.
The best.
So, national
chain.
All right, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. What's your other suggestion?
Okay, so
I got one.
I feel like Big Mac belongs on the list.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's McDonald's.
This is the Mount Rushmore of fast food things.
Yeah. Okay. McDonald's fries.
Is the drive-through window a thing?
Oh, see, I was thinking just food options.
Things that you can order.
Yeah, things that you can order at a fast food joint.
For me, the one that I was going to say right off the top is the Happy Meal.
Okay.
It's its own thing. You know what it is. Yeah. Everybody stole it.
Yeah.
It's a toy. It's your little fry and your little cheeseburger. It comes in a little box. You might get a Ronald McDonald mask or something with it. It's, for me, the Happy Meal belongs on the list.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So I think Happy Meal and Frosty right now.
Okay.
If one of them gets bumped, that's cool. Mm-hmm.
I have another suggestion.
Yeah.
The number one.
I'll take the number one.
You can, listen, if anybody in the world says, hey, we're going to fill in the blank fast food place, give me the number one.
Okay, so at McDonald's, it's a Big Mac meal.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Burger King, it's a Whopper meal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wendy's, a single meal.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Taco Bell is probably some kind of super burrito, loaded something burrito.
Burrito Supreme.
I don't know what it is. I just know.
I'll take a number one.
Just give me the number one.
I feel like number 9 is always like fish. I'll take the number 9.
I don't trust the number 9. I don't. Yeah, I would never just say, give me the number 9.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Cause,
dude, you know what we should do?
What?
This would be fun. At the next get-together.
Uh-huh.
This might be more of a guy's thing rather than a family thing. Let's all roll some dice. Mm-hmm. And whatever the dice reads, that's the meal that we get.
That's the meal you get. I'm happy with that. I mean,
Maybe it might have to be
I have
one.
a pretty wide palette. You know what I mean? I'll take a lot of different
Yeah,
things.
I think that would be fun though. I just rolled a 12. Now I'm going to get a
here's
fish sandwich.
so the reason I say the number one is,
Spicy
first of
chicken
all,
crisp.
it's like you go to rallies up the road here, you get number one, you're doing just fine.
Big Buford.
You're doing just fine. You get a number one at rallies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You go to Carl's Jr., you get a number one, you're going to be okay. So the number one is great, and that has to be a fast food invention.
Okay.
Is giving
The number one,
the
the
meals
meal.
numbers.
Meal
You know
number
what
one.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I like the number one as an option.
Okay. This is not what I was thinking.
I mean, I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm not prepared for this either.
Well, it is one of your things. So
Well, it depends. Are we going to go fast food things, or are we doing fast food ordering things?
I don't know. You just said fast food things.
Okay,
So
fast food ordering things.
Okay,
Okay, so the number one,
the number one,
the Happy Meal,
the Happy Meal. Those are for sure.
Frosty.
I'm still not 100% sure. I'm okay. I'm not. Listen. If we end this Mount Rushmore and the Frosty is on the Mount Rushmore, I'm going to sleep just fine tonight. But I'm not willing to just say it belongs before further discussion is needed.
Okay.
So what else you got?
Coke no ice. I mean, for me
That's
personally,
a you thing. That's not a Mount Rushmore thing.
Okay.
That's like if you're really into James Polk. You know what I mean? Like, you might love James Polk. He might be your favorite president ever, but he does not belong on
more
Mount
of a
Rushmore.
William Henry Harrison guy.
Oof.
30 Days in Office.
Listen, if you like that sort of thing. What else you got?
I don't know.
I mean, okay, so what are your fast food chains? What are the ones we're talking about? We're talking about
Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Sonic, Arby's.
Okay. All right. I guess I would say that the fact that we live in a world where I can get hot French fries whenever I want,
I like that word.
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That's a rather newer world experience that 50 years plus ago, that was not available.
Not on the go.
Not on the go. And I think French fries, we, dare I say, take advantage or take for granted
Yes.
the French fry.
Yeah.
The French fry is a wonderful thing. And the fact that you can get it hot and hopefully fresh wherever you go in an instant, and that it comes in a convenient carrying case, that you can put in your little cup holder usually. I think the French fry,
Okay, I'm okay with this.
just as a thing.
As a standalone.
Yeah.
No matter where you go. So like Arby's, the curly fries, they're great.
I love the Arby's fries. You know what fries are maybe my favorite?
What?
Rallies.
Oh yeah,
We
Rally's
had
fries.
I love the Rally's fries.
That's twice you mentioned Rally's tonight.
I'm a Rally's guy. What can I say?
Big Buford.
I like the Big Buford.
That's good, yeah.
So French fries, Happy Meal, the number one, and the
And a Frosty. I like it.
Are you okay with that list?
I'm okay with that list.
I mean, I'm racking my brain. I feel like I might think of something else later, but I'm happy with that. We got a dessert. We got a side. The number one, I guess, comes with fries, but it's just that idea of the number one.
Yes.
And
Happy Meal for the kids.
and the Happy Meal, which is a wonderful genius invention.
Do you know McDonald's makes like 60% of their profits from Happy Meals?
I believe it. Yeah, it's
They're
genius.
outrageously overexpensive.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Man, I pulled a muscle in my back, and every once in a while, if I turn the wrong way, I stop breathing.
Yeah, I can't tell if you have gas or your back hurts.
Maybe it's
or-
gas, but it's this. It's this.
Do you have a heating
pain.
pad?
It's this pain in my side, and if I turn the wrong way, it's like take my breath away. Ooh. All right, Jason. My first thing is I got a hot take.
Hot take.
We are a sports podcast.
Supposedly.
Well, that's our category. My hot take is we haven't talked about sports yet. My hot take is Zion Williamson
To the
is
Pelicans.
not the best player in the draft.
Okay.
Here's my thing. I watched some of the coverage of it wasn't the draft.
The draft.
It was the lottery.
Yeah, the lottery.
It was
right.
just finding out who's going to get the number one pick.
the Pelicans.
And they had a camera on Zion Williams' face during the pick.
Yeah.
The number one pick, as if to say, this is the prize. You definitely get Zion Williamson.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
That's what everybody's saying. He's not the best player in the draft. I mean,
who is?
It's R.J. Barrett, I think.
Okay.
I just find it strange. I don't remember in the past them doing this. I think this is a new thing that they've done.
I think it's relatively
I think it's unfair to him. I think it's unfair to the team that has the number one pick.
Listen, it's a Zion sweepstakes. He is explosive. He's really, really good.
Well, I know he's explosive, but I think R.J. Barrett's a better basketball player. And Zion Williams seems like the kind of guy to me that 5 years from now we're going to look back and say, yeah, he was super explosive, but like the way he plays, you just can't, maintain that. And
maybe
he's just going to blow his knee out because the way he jumps and stuff like that. I got bad vibes about Zion Williamson. I like watching him play. I think he's fantastic.
Like he's a hybrid between like Charles Barkley and LeBron James.
LeBron James, he's
explosive.
He's great. And if he met his potential, he could be a top 10 player of all time.
Yes.
I just don't know that he's going to meet that potential.
No, I'm with you.
And so it's not like
but you could say that about any draft.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like
with the exception, the one guaranteed lock in all of history was LeBron James.
LeBron James, I feel like Anthony Davis was a lock when that happened.
Yeah, but whatever.
I feel like Tim Duncan was a lock when that happened.
No.
Well, that's what I feel.
In hindsight, yeah. Not at the time.
It seems like I remember at the time. But maybe, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, he might not even been the number one pick.
No. I don't think he
Boston might have had the number one pick, and they might have taken like Paul Pierce, maybe.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong about that. But here's my thing. I just think it's weird that they put so much attention on Zion. I think it puts...
ESPN has done that for 3 years now. He was 16 years old on the cover of Sports
Illustrated. It puts New Orleans in a bad spot, too. It's like they have to take him now, and if they don't, it's like...
If I'm the Pelicans, I make a trade with the New York Knicks, and I get 3 more first-round picks.
So you say Zion. We want your pick, which is they have the 4th pick, I think,
and 2 more first-round picks.
They don't have. You mean
in
the
future picks?
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Because New Orleans is doing the long play,
right?
Like we're going to have some first-round picks for a long time.
Well, so New Orleans just hired Dan Gilbert, who was the guy that built the Cleveland team, and he's done some other good things in other places.
The owner?
No, I said Dan Gilbert. I'm sorry, it's not Dan Gilbert. It's now that I said Dan Gilbert, the GM.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name. The GM for the Cavs, that's had success there and other places. He's really looked up to. I mean, people really respect him. He's there in New Orleans, and he says he is putting all of his eggs. I don't know if he said that, but he is fully invested in trying to bring back Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
that's what he's going to try to do, and maybe Zion Williams helps that. Maybe Zion and Anthony playing together is a good thing. I saw an interview with Zion Williamson, and they asked him about it. He's like, I'm happy to play for whoever, whoever picks me, I'm happy. And they said, well, what do you think about New Orleans? He's like, yeah, I'd be happy with that. And they said, have you ever been? He goes, no, I've never even been there. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a kid. It's like easy to forget. He's so super famous. He's never been to New Orleans, and he might just about, like, in the next 6 months be the biggest person in New Orleans.
That's true.
So, anyway, I just think, I don't know. I guess they do things for ratings, but I just thought it was weird to dress him up in a suit like it's draft night, like he's automatically going to New Orleans. And I just think, let the
here's the thing.
Thing play out.
If the Knicks or the Lakers would have got that pick, and they ended up 3-4, Knicks and the Lakers, that would have been huge.
Yeah,
I mean, ginormous.
Sure. Yeah. Zion with LeBron would be an interesting fit.
It would be. That would be interesting to watch. I still think. The Pelicans ought to trade it to the Knicks, and I think the Knicks would give them whatever they wanted.
And then the Knicks have Durant,
Kyrie, and Zion.
And Zion Williamson.
That'd be a fun threesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Now, I saw a report today, actually.
It'd be great for Zion because all the pressure's off. Like,
that's right.
You're not going to get any double teams.
That's right.
Kyrie and
he would be
Kevin
exploding
Durant.
through the roof. Can you imagine Kyrie open it to Zion?
It'd be fun to watch.
It'd be a lot of fun to watch. Mm-hmm. I saw a report today that the Knicks potentially – their budget and everything is structured to the point they could go after Anthony Davis as a free agent and then Durant and Kyrie could both sign as free agents.
Well, if they can do that, that's better than Zion.
It is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, though? The Knicks would instantly be elevated to the
have
Eastern
those
Conference
three
Finals.
Guys on your team.
Right?
What about Porzingis? Is he in the mix?
Yeah, he's not a max contract.
Okay.
So it's all about max contracts and how many you can have, and it's 2.5 type of thing.
Yeah.
If you sign a free agent or if you keep a free agent, and if it's a trade, it's all.
You've already bored me.
Yeah,
but,
well, I don't understand it.
Yeah, but it's an option. It's on
an
the
option.
table. Well, I hope it happens because
Yeah.
I want the Knicks to be good.
Yeah, I do too.
God knows my team's not any good, the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, so that is my first thing is Zion Williamson. Love to watch him play, but if just from a basketball standpoint, and I did not watch as much college basketball as like Dick Vitale did last year, but I liked R.J. Barrett a lot, and I think he's a great player. So that's it. What's your second thing?
Okay, so a month ago we went to Kings Island Amusement Park.
Yeah.
This last weekend we went to Cedar Point, different amusement park.
Cedar Point. Enjoy your stay at Cedar Point.
Yeah. So, as I often do, every 90 minutes I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Cedar Point has many, many bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Their bathrooms, when you walk up, as most public places, you walk up, there's a little entry, a little cubby area, and you go left or right.
Got
men on women, women on one side, men on the other side.
For now, who knows?
Okay. We're not getting into that right now.
We are the conservative sports podcast.
The only one.
Yeah.
I think we need to standardize left and right.
Because women to the left, men to the right.
Whatever. Okay, we need to figure this out because you go up to them and every single time you're looking left, right, left, right, left, right, and it's different. Cedar Point, it's different.
You know what I find is the same, though, is the words on the doors above them. You know what I mean? If you just read, before you walk in, then you should be fine.
I usually look for the picture. Like, what one has a dress? I'm not going to go to that one.
Ooh, that is sexist. Like, I can't wear a dress, or it's racist.
Kilt?
Yeah, what if I'm Irish,
Scottish. Scottish people wear kilts.
Do Irish people ever wear kilts?
I don't think so. I think it's a Scottish thing.
Is that just a Scottish thing?
I think it's just Scots.
Huh. All right. So it should be standardized.
Yeah.
Okay. This seems like a pretty big undertaking. I mean, it would be a pretty big expense for a place like Cedar Point.
Listen, it's a long play. It's the long play.
So, like, from this point moving forward.
Yes.
Like, you're grandfathered in if you had what you had.
Yes.
But if you're building one now.
Men to the right.
Men to the right, women to the left.
Every time.
Okay.
Every restaurant, everywhere. Anywhere you go, men to the right,
Yeah.
women to the left.
Okay.
Or flip it. I don't care.
I'm
not invested into the left or the right. I'm invested in either a left or a right.
Right.
Like in Major League Baseball, I didn't realize this until I was halfway through my adult life. As Cincinnati Reds fans, the home team is always on the first base dugout. Always.
Yeah.
The Indians are on the third base dugout, the home. It's flipped. Half of Major League Baseball is third base dugout. The other half is first base dugout as the home team. Did you know this?
Whatever you pick.
It's just whatever it's always been.
Yeah.
And it's not American League, National League. It's whatever. And it's almost split right down the middle.
I guess I never thought about it.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this until like 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Shelby and I my wife and I were going to go to a baseball game. And I said, I want to sit on the first base line. I'm sorry. I said, I want to sit on the third base line so I can look into the home dugout.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the players.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, no, you mean the first base line.
Yeah.
I said, what are you talking about? I said, because we're going to Cincinnati. And I said, no, I want to sit on the third base line so I can see into the Reds dugout.
Yeah.
And she goes, but the Reds will be on the third base line. We had this argument. And I'm like, no, they're on the first. We looked
Who's
it up.
on first?
The Reds. Indians are on third. Home dugout.
I don't know.
I don't
Third
know.
base.
I get it. What's on second? I don't know.
So this
He's on
is
third.
this is your thing.
Yeah. Men on the left, women on the right.
Do you feel like there's an advantage? Like if as the home team, do you feel like it's better to be third or first? Like one is a preferred.
I think first base is preferred. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess third base, you're closer to that third running to home action. You know what I mean?
There's more action at first base.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think if there is a better option. I don't see one being better than the other, but maybe there's something I'm not thinking of.
Well, there might be.
There's probably I guess if there was one huge advantage, then all the home teams would take that one, and the fact that it's split means there's probably no advantage.
There might be some environmental things that went into play, like if the sun was always setting.
Yeah, sure.
In this
where
direction,
your stadium is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would build a stadium that optimally screws the other team into having the sun in their face the whole time, and gives us the shade and the comfort.
It'd be great, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course you do. You set up mirrors and stuff in such a way that it's like 1,000 degrees. All right. So my second thing of the night is so Erica told me a couple of days ago, she's like, I heard about this new diet. Or this, I don't know if it's a new diet, but it's a thing a lot of people are doing now. And the thing is, like, you watch your diet, you do no carbs or whatever it is, you know what I mean? You eat really well, don't eat any junk food or anything that you shouldn't eat, except you have 10 minutes a day. And that's like a thing. Apparently it's really popular that people are starting
So you can do whatever you want for 10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes to have an ice cream. It's like, that's in with you. You got your 10 minutes, you know? To which I responded, I think you greatly underestimate how much I can eat in 10 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, so I decided I'm going to adopt this. So, you know, today, there was like we had a little bag of cookies in the office, like Famous Amos kind of cookies. So, I mean, I scarfed those down. I was like, okay, 30 seconds. All right. Now I have 9 minutes and 30 seconds at another part of the day.
Wait.
I might not be interpreting it, you know,
so
the way
it
that
a 10-minute block.
I believe it's I believe the spirit. I believe the spirit of it is that from like would have to be like from 9:30 to 9:40. But the way I read it was
how fast
like
you can eat food.
I'm gonna shove food in my gullet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as fast as I can. And like, you know, if I have a candy bar, that took 20 seconds to eat, you know. Well, now I'm down to 9 minutes.
I'm not eating longer than 10 minutes a day.
So for 10 minutes a day, though, you know, so.
I like it.
So we'll see how it works out. But I got a 10-minute thing, you know.
Okay.
I guess it makes sense from a standpoint of like you're not basically what it stops you from doing is making poor decisions all day every day.
Yes.
And then that 10-minute, you know, you have that one opportunity to say, okay, right now, you know, I'm going to do this or whatever. So I don't know. It was just an interesting thought that I had. We talk about food quite a bit. So
I wonder how much food I could eat in 10 minutes.
Well, I could eat a full pizza in 10 minutes.
I think I could too.
You know,
a large pan Pizza Hut pizza I could do in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I could do it. I probably have done it. We were it was a few years ago, and my wife and kids were out of town, and so some friends of ours wanted to bring me some meals and things like that. You know, like, hey, your wife's out of town. Let us, you know, okay. So this one guy dropped off a Donato's pizza.
Okay.
It was a large Donato's pizza. Well, that whole week I had gotten sick. And I was really sick, just like the sweats and just achy, just felt awful. Didn't eat anything for like 5 days. And I had just gotten better. And it was the kind of gotten better where it's like you felt awful and then all of a sudden you just feel great. You know what I mean? It's just like, whatever reason.
It's gone. Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, I haven't eaten for 5 days. And he brought a giant, I don't know, whatever, it's like a really big pizza.
The biggest option.
I ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like the entire large pizza. And you felt great.
Felt
great.
Yeah.
I felt awesome. So, anyway, what I'm looking at actually doing more is more intermittent fasting, which the more I've been reading, I think intermittent fasting is the way to go. But I like the 10-minute plan too, you know, because I think I could eat a lot of stuff in 10 minutes, you know. So.
I think I might try that.
Mm-hmm. I guess, you know, the idea is to not see how much you can do. It's not a 10-minute challenge, you know.
Yeah.
How many calories can I consume? If you had to consume like if you said you have 10 minutes to consume, like you're not going to get to eat for the next 30 days. So, you know, it doesn't really work like that, but like, you know,
scoops of peanut butter and mayonnaise.
I mean, I suppose like just sticks of butter, you know what I mean? Would probably be like, if the idea is like, I just need to consume maximum amount of calories. Now, I guess though, at some point you're gonna vomit. You know what I mean? Like you
Maybe.
can't eat sticks of butter for 10 minutes straight without vomiting. Peanut butter might be a better option because
10 minutes of peanut butter.
with the purpose of eating as much as you can.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what's like a highest caloric food, that
Probably
you could,
something sugar, right?
maybe pizza's probably, pretty high, like depending on your toppings and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Extra cheese, you got the bread, you got, pizza might be, as far as being able to eat a lot of it, might be your best option.
Yeah. Huh. I'm going to have to research that.
All right, what is your third thing?
This comes from WBNS, 10 TV.
No, I'm a fan of 10 TV.
I know you are.
I watch the news every morning.
Yeah, so you say. Half of Americans admit to using the swimming pool as a communal bathtub.
Oh. So do they bring soap?
No, basically, they use it after they work out, after they mow the yard, after they
Rather than take a shower,
yeah,
they just go straight to the pool.
they go straight to the pool. So 48% of Americans claim that they have done this. It gets worse. It gets grosser.
Okay.
40% of Americans, adults,
Yeah.
admit to peeing in the pool. 40%.
Adults? Wow.
I mean, I know I'm one of the 40%, but I just thought, 40% is really, really high.
Yeah.
I thought it was much lower than that. It gets worse. Almost a quarter of Americans.
I don't like where this is going.
Almost a quarter of Americans say that they'd go in the swimming pool within 1 hour of having diarrhea.
Okay. And how long are you supposed to wait? 24 hours?
I don't know. I didn't know there was an official timeline.
Oh, yeah. There's like signs at pools and stuff. If you've had diarrhea, you're supposed to wait like.
Yeah,
it might
says
be
it can
48.
contaminate with feces and germs.
Yeah.
And make everyone else sick.
I feel like some people probably just don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Now I thought you
Now,
were going
listen.
to like pooping in the
Oh, no. Well, my kids do that. I don't do that. 48 hour or 40, almost a quarter. Those stats are crazy. 48% use the pool to clean off.
So use the pool to clean off.
Like
Have you
they
done
were
that?
they were sweating. Well,
Have you
the
done it?
survey.
Have
Yeah,
you done
yeah,
it?
absolutely.
But you don't make a
Like
habit of it.
No, like you mow the yard. You're hot. You're gross. You're
Hey,
tired.
let's go to the pool.
Yeah. I put on bathing suit, jump in the pool.
Okay.
You cool off. You instantly get the sweat off.
But I'm sure I've done it. I don't remember doing it.
Well,
You know what I
half
mean?
of Americans have done it.
What about peeing in the pool?
Yeah, I pee in the pool.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're serious.
Yes.
You pee in public pools.
Listen, I don't make a habit of it. Don't look at me that way.
I just can't believe it. I have no memory of peeing in the public pool. Now, I'm sure when I was like a toddler, I must have.
Yeah.
I have no memory of peeing in a public pool.
Yeah.
Or peeing in a pool at all. Not even a private pool, public pool, doesn't matter. Now, that's horrible. But I will say, I've never once in my life been in the ocean without peeing in it.
Well, animals
As
pee in it all the
often
time.
as
Yeah.
I don't pee in public pools is as often as I pee in the ocean. So I feel like I have carte blanche to let it go when I'm in the ocean.
No, I'm totally with you.
But
I would say the reverse. I'm not sure if I've ever peed in the ocean.
really, I sometimes I get nervous because I read a story about a guy that peed like in like a creek, and it like opened up his
I'm
like
done.
a little
I'm done.
fish.
No.
Yeah. So I do get a little nervous about it, but when I get nervous, I pee. So it's like, perpetuating. Wow. I'll not get in
Maybe-
the pool with you ever again
Or after me.
or after you. I hear the reason that your eyes get bloodshot when you get in
I've
the
heard
pool
that. I
is
don't know if
because of
that's
urine,
true.
not
Yeah.
because of chlorine.
So,
Well, I mean, if 40%, if half the people in there are relieving themselves in the pool, then yeah. Gosh. That's a lot of pee. That's like, I mean, at a place like
it's
Lincoln.
not 40% of the pool is pee.
No.
It's not what it's saying.
40% of the people. You go to Lincoln Park on a Saturday afternoon.
There's 200 people.
There's 200 people there. 100 of them pee in the pool. What if 100 of them peed in 5-gallon buckets? And then you just took those 5-gallon buckets and just started pouring them in the pool. Would you jump in that pool? No, you wouldn't, because it's disgusting. That's gross. You're right. Imagine if that happened.
Pee is sterile.
Urine is sterile. I understand that it's sterile. I also understand that I don't want to be swimming in somebody else's urine. And what's even worse is, you look around, it's the mutants. Those are the ones that are peeing in the pool.
Why you hater? You're a hater.
Well, because it's wrong to pee in the pool. And I stand by that.
I will say, I've never gone in the pool within a couple hours of having diarrhea. Because I'd be afraid that it would come
again.
back. Yeah. I would not want to bust out some diarrhea in the pool.
Wow.
For embarrassing reasons.
Well, this is shocking, and I think we should move on because,
That's my third thing. That's not shock at all. I thought that was interesting. I'm one of the 40.
You're one of the 40.
Yeah. You're one of the 60. You're probably the majority. Of course you'd be one of those people that doesn't pee in the pool.
The majority voted for Donald Trump, and you like him.
That is true.
All right. My third thing is, it's not a big thing.
Would Donald Trump pee in the pool?
Oh, 100%. He's a pool peeler. Pool peeler. I have no doubt about that. My pee is the best pee. That's a horrible Donald Trump.
Very sterile.
Yeah. It's tremendous. Okay. All right. My third thing, there's not a lot to it, but I thought about something the other day that I hadn't thought of in a while. I was talking to a couple guys, and they were saying something about one of them has like a senior in high school, and they said, yes, Thursday was senior skip day. So, the kids didn't go to school. I haven't thought about senior skip day in a while. Did you partake in senior skip day?
I went to Cedar Point.
You went to Cedar Point.
Uh-huh. And it's a day I actually talk about frequently.
Mm-hmm.
That morning, I went to McDonald's, had sausage McMuffin or something and orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
Very first ride, Cedar Point, I threw up.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I'm 18, 19 years old at this point. Prior to that, I had never thrown up ever at an amusement park. And we went to amusement parks.
On the regular.
From that point on, I cannot ride rides. I get sick. So for me, senior skip day messed up the rest of my life.
It's a bad day for you.
Yeah.
I did not partake, and I don't know what the seniors did at my school, but I went to school, and it was a great day, by the way. It was probably the best day of school I've ever had because I never had to do anything. Is there any adult equivalent to senior skip day?
Monday after the Super Bowl?
Monday after everybody just kind of like...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, around holidays.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Eve. It's like, I'm scheduled to be in, but don't really want to do anything.
Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I think if I had, I do remember my senior year. This is kind of dorky, but my senior year, I did skip out of school one day early with maybe about 7 or 8 of us to watch The Phantom Menace. I do remember that. We went to the movie theater because the Star Wars prequel episode 1 had just dropped.
Yeah.
And so like 7 of us just left school in the middle of the day, I mean, I did a couple things, but in general, the kids that were doing senior skip day, I was not a fan of these kids.
Yeah.
Didn't really get along with them.
You're a hater.
Necessarily. And I thought, I don't need to be doing whatever it is that they're doing. That does not sound like fun to me.
Yeah.
So I found senior skip day to be interesting. It's something that I've not thought of probably in 20 years. This actually is my 20-year anniversary. Did you know that?
No.
20 years ago, I graduated from Elgin High School.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I think we did a junior skip day and a sophomore skip day.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I did a lot of skipping. My 6th grade year, I missed 30 days of school.
Did you do
30.
That's a lot. Did you do a senior prank?
I didn't.
I did not do the senior prank, but the senior prank that was done my senior year was somebody backed up a trailer full of horse manure and just dumped it right in front of the front door where it was like leaning. It was like pressed up against the front door.
Yeah.
And of course the seepage, went under the door and made the entire school smell like horse manure. And they called us all outside, and all the seniors are standing outside, and the principal is pointing to it and yelling at us and telling us, who did this, turn him, I had a good idea of who did it, but I didn't know concretely, so, you know what I mean, I couldn't be the
Well, back then there's no cameras.
Yeah.
Like now
Today,
it would be,
you
couldn't get away with it.
Get away with that. But at the time, I
That's
mean,
pretty good.
yeah, I do remember.
I feel bad for whoever the guy had to clean it.
I know. So that's why I couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was some talk about every senior going, on to a different pet store and getting a bunch of crickets.
Yeah.
Because you can buy the crickets.
Yeah.
And just letting them go in the school. I thought that would have been fun.
Yeah. Well, not pet store, fishing store.
Yeah, fishing
You use
store.
them as bait.
And everybody, so like if every senior brings 100 crickets to school and you all let them go at the same time.
1,000 crickets running around.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm not a fan of anything that gets somebody injured.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like, grease like the steps or something like that.
So crack their head and die.
Yeah, I don't need that on my conscience. The band. I was a part of the senior band. I was in band my senior year. I was not in band in any other year, but my senior year I was in band. I played percussion, and so halfway through the day, we all decided that we were going to go to the band room and get our instruments, and then march through the hallways in the middle of class and play the fight song. So we did that. Didn't tell any adults about it. Just started doing it.
Did you get in trouble?
Yeah, the principal, I remember because I was playing the big bass drum, boom, 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 as we're walking through the school. The principal, because it was in the middle of the day, comes running at us. Like, you could see him coming, and we're still playing,
Yeah.
And stop it. And people are, looking on the hall, and he's screaming at us. He's like, what are you doing? And the guy that was kind of in charge of it all, he's like, we're playing the fight song, And he was pretty upset about it. But then he, in his defense, he let us do it at the end of the day. But I felt like that was then kind of copping out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bowing to the man, So anyway,
Okay.
it's that time of year. All right. So every week we have the Netflix suggestion of the week. So Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week today?
On Netflix, starring Brendan Fraser.
Wow. It's a blast from the past. I don't remember the last thing I saw Brendan Fraser in.
I think Blast from the Past is a movie he actually did.
You know what? I think you're right. That's funny.
And it's not Blast from the Past.
That's a decent movie.
It's
Christopher Walken.
And Alicia Silverstone, maybe.
Yeah.
This is Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
The Mummy.
The Mummy. It's on Netflix. Yep. It's a great movie.
I don't know.
It is. As far as the Mummy franchise is concerned, it's the best.
Okay. I'm a Scorpion King guy, but whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen it.
With Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
No, I like the Mummy. It's a solid.
I remember
movie.
watching it. I'm not a big Rachel Weisz or Weisz, or I'm not a big fan of her.
I like her.
Not so much for me. But and Brendan Fraser just reminds me of the 90s. I feel like it would be really dated, that movie.
It's not as much as you think.
Really?
There's a little comedic
yeah.
break in there. Mm-hmm. It's not just straight action. It's a good movie.
Okay.
You should go home and watch it.
The Mummy on Netflix.
On Netflix.
So my Netflix suggestion of the week is found on YouTube. So here's how this happened. Now, I think I've only had one other YouTube suggestion before.
Cobra Kai.
No, that was your suggestion.
Oh. It was a good one.
Not a fan. I think mine was called Primitive Technology. I'm a big fan of the channel Primitive Technology. You look up. It's really good. But that's not my suggestion. My suggestion this week is a channel called Brave Wilderness.
Okay.
So let me tell you how this happened. I'm on, I don't know, Facebook or Instagram or something, and I see a picture of a tarantula hawk wasp. Have you seen these before?
No.
they're straight from the pit of hell. Like, they're scarier than anything you'll see on The Mummy. I can tell you
And
that
what
right
is
now.
it?
It's
It's
called a
an insect?
tarantula hawk wasp. So
It's
it's
a bird?
wasp,
Okay.
and the reason they call it a tarantula hawk is because it hunts tarantulas
Ooh.
and kills them.
Okay.
Like,
It's a wasp.
it's a wasp that kills tarantulas. And
Okay.
so the name of it is a tarantula hawk wasp.
Okay.
And it looks angry.
Yeah.
And just mean and evil. It looks like it's from the pit of hell.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%.
If it's killing and eating tarantulas.
Right, exactly. So
Where are they found?
they're found some in South America, I think, in Africa, and maybe Australia.
Okay. Remind me not to go
I
there.
think we're safe.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's got the second highest, the second most painful bite or sting
Okay.
on the pain index meter.
Yeah.
Number one being do you know what it is?
No.
The bullet ant.
Oh,
They
yeah,
say the
yeah.
bullet ant is the most painful thing that can
Okay.
bite you. So this guy, I don't know his name, Brave Wilderness, he works his way up the chain.
Oh.
And he captures these things.
Yeah.
And then he puts them in this glass like cylinder thing.
Okay.
And then he puts like pliers on them in the thorax and then just puts it on his arm until it bites him or stings him, whatever it does.
Yeah.
And then he just falls on the ground and screams in pain.
Oh.
And you know, and it is so intense, like the lead up to it, you know.
Yeah.
The guy's a total dork. I mean, an absolute dork. He reminds me of a mutual friend that we have that likes to do extreme things.
I know who you're talking about.
And he reminds me of that guy. The channel's not great. Like, I wouldn't like watch it.
Yeah.
But I got off on this rabbit trail of this tarantula hawk wasp, and then I Google searched tarantula hawk wasp because
Okay.
I want to know more about it.
Yeah.
And this YouTube video comes up, and it said something about being bitten by or stung by. I'm like, what is this? So I watched that, and he kept on making a big deal about how he's working his way up to the bullet ant.
Okay.
And so he said his next video was now I have to watch the bullet ant
Yeah.
one. And so I watched now the bullet ant one. Now the tarantula hawk, it stung him and then it flew away, kind of, or
Okay.
just dropped off away or whatever.
Hopefully he didn't release it into America. Now it's
No,
breeding with
he
other
does it, like, on
wasps, and now
site.
there's a whole
He didn't do
nest
it in
of
America. That's probably bound to
tarantula
happen.
hawk wasp.
But the bullet ant, when the bullet ant stung him, it's like it's its stinger like on its butt. On its,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It doesn't bite. It's this when it stung him. The stinger got stuck in his arm, and so he's sitting there like screaming, looking at it, and the ant's like trying to release, and it can't,
Yeah.
you know. And he said that one was the worst. He said that the tarantula hawk, after about 5 or 10 minutes, the pain started to subside.
Yeah.
But he said the bullet ant it was wave after wave of pain. It just kept on
Oh.
getting worse.
Is it because it's poison, or how's that work?
Yeah, I mean it's poison released in your system,
Okay.
like toxins and stuff.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean it could kill you especially if you like had a weak heart, you know, something
Yeah.
like that. So this guy
So stupid.
seemingly has survived, and I was watching it with my son and Erica, and she was losing it, and Levi and I are just laughing just because this guy's so stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just
Yeah.
hits the ground and starts screaming, you
Oh.
know, and he's like, my heart's racing like 100 beats a second. You know what I mean?
Okay, is
Like,
someone
before he
filming
does it.
this, or is he filming himself?
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the funny parts is the guy filming it seems to be like a little sarcastic. He's like, "Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready?" And he's super concerned about like, are we rolling? Like are we rolling? Is this on? Is this on? Because
Yeah.
it's like you want to do it when the camera's
One
on.
take.
This
Yeah.
is working for the guy though, because I think the bullet ant one has like 40 million views or something like that. So, you know.
Okay.
So the question is, how much would I have to pay you to get bitten or stung by a bullet ant? Like, what's the actual, not being sarcastic,
Uh-huh.
I mean, we would both do it for $1 million, obviously.
Obviously.
What's the lowest amount that I would have to pay you that you would actually do it for?
One-time lump sum.
Yeah, one
Do I have-
time,
Do I have to pay taxes on it?
no taxes, cash under the table.
50,000. Yeah.
So if I offered you 40, no good. You tell me if I offered you $40,000.
50.
No,
I'd do it for
what I'm
50,000.
saying is, if I offered you 40, you'd say no.
I'd probably do it for 40.
Well, this is the number I'm trying to get to.
I'm just thinking it's like
10,000. I know you would do it for 50. I would do it for 50, of course. Would you do it for 10,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the number we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
So how far do I have to go down
I
before
don't
you
know.
say no?
Listen, in my own mind, but my mind and my gut say two different things. So you have to say a number. And my gut, something comes up from my gut.
So 10,000.
Yeah, I would do it for 10.
5,000.
Yes.
1,000.
No.
2,000.
You're getting closer.
2,500.
Yes. That's it.
So that's your
2,500.
number.
That's my number,
2,500.
2,500.
Okay. Mine was $500.
I don't think I would do it for 500. I don't need 500.
A day's
that bad.
worth of pain, basically, is what it works out to be. Then
Whole day?
Then it'll itch. I mean, it's going to hurt all day, and then it's going to
I don't
itch.
need that. I'm not in that. I mean, I need money, but not that bad.
$500, man. Like,
2,500.
2,500 is your number.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
Okay.
definitely do it for 2,500.
All right. Okay. Catch you on the right day. You might.
I'd
do it for
rather
less.
have 50,000.
Well, obviously, this is what the point was. Okay, all right. So my show is on YouTube. It's called Brave Wilderness. I'm sure that all the videos are really stupid. These videos are stupid, admittedly.
Yeah.
But if you want to see a guy get bit or stung by the most painful things on the
I'm
planet,
going to watch it.
yeah, Brave Wilderness.
Yeah.
He's an absolute moron. He's wearing like an Australian kind of hat, and he's an idiot. But
Yeah.
an idiot that amuses me.
Okay.
So there it is. All right, Jason. That's a show.
I think you need to review before we end the 10-episode challenge.
Right. I was thinking about it, and I don't know that we should call it a 10-episode challenge, because that's almost like, can you watch 10? Can you listen to 10 episodes? I challenge you to.
I challenge you. Most people can't.
I feel like maybe we should call it like the 10-episode guarantee.
Okay.
I like that.
I like where your head's at.
I like
that, yeah.
better than the 10 episode. The 10 episode challenge implies that
I bet you
it's
can't
going
do
to
it.
be a challenge. It's going to be
Yeah.
really difficult. We think you'll listen to one episode and be hooked, But our guarantee is that if you listen to 10, you'll keep on listening to more.
It's a guarantee.
And it's such a guarantee that if you listen to 10 and you don't like it, that all we'll ask is that you listen to 10 more. And that if you still don't like it,
yeah.
then whatever money you paid for Lower Road Radio, we'll give it back to you,
Yes.
which is nothing because the show's free. So there it is. 10 episode guarantee. It's better.
Yeah. Well, it's a developing.
Okay, this is a workshop. But we do feel like if you listen to 10 episodes, then you'll get the show. It's layered. It's complex.
It is very complex.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of inside jokes. There's names. Lots of things to think about. So
We will say this, though. The guarantee, the 10-episode guarantee,
Mm-hmm.
if you get through 10 episodes and you really, really like it, let us know, and we'll give you a nickname.
yeah, we will give you a nickname. Yeah, just give us your name. Tell us a little something about
Lots
yourself.
of nicknames. Shoeless Joe, Davey C.
Tell us where you're from.
Yeah.
What are some of your interests, and we will construct a nickname just for you.
That's right. And reference you from time to time.
Because that's what we do. We are a podcast of the people. I've always said that.
You're part of the team.
Yeah. Loud Road Radio.
Let's get it.
What? All right. Well, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Comment, rate, subscribe.